Welcome back to yet another episode of Akiba's trip, Undead and Undressed. And finally, after all that photography and muddling around and Akiba, we're here to face Zenya for the final time. And of course, he's still hyper Zenya. He's still got the great piss yellow glow. And he's going to give us a little bit of his personal philosophy here, and of course it's very interesting. He's going to give us the big speech, the big villain speech, and he's going to drop some real deep stuff. I hope you get your brains on, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to take all these really sophisticated statements, just so much depth. He's just dropping them. He's just dropping them. Word for word philosophy, personal, just, it's all personal. That resolve though, that resolve, how can you not feel that resolve? And of course I go ahead and pick the best choice of those three. So he's gonna go, yeah, otaku suck. Yeah, and that's all those big words I just used. And of course, I'm just gonna not agree with him because, of course, I'm not supposed to. This is the point of the game. So, of course, Zenya's gonna try to beat us up, and this time he has helpers, 3 helpers to be exact, which, believe it or not, are not gonna be as annoying as you might think. Ultimately, the point here is to get Unison Strip. That's the strategy I've got planned because, well, it'll make this easy. So ultimately, I'm trying to focus down Zenya only, but I am holding, you know, a defensive stance so that those girls cannot defeat me. And of course, instead of just standing around, I just went for the stripping, which of course was more useful than otherwise. And here what I'm going to do is, now that I've Unison Strip, I'm going to run over to Zenya and just completely destroy him. And so, as you can see, Unison Strip basically did my job for me. I didn't have to do anything else, which is why it's so overpowered in this game. Though, to be fair, I did get a lot of hits on him prior to using it. Who knows where his durability was at, considering I've got a really powerful weapon, and I did get a lot of hits on him prior to the Unison Stripping, but still, I mean seriously though, it was pretty much the game changer there. And now this bombshell is dropped. Zenya himself was once an otaku who bought into this huge philosophy of, I'm going to be better than them because I'm going to be very powerful and hopped up on drugs that increase my, you know, DNA. And of course we're going to drop some real good spiritual advice. And Zenya's going to be naked, ashamed, and glowing purple because we hit him really hard. And in reality, he was always fighting for us, the Akihabara people, the people of the culture, the people of this great place on Earth. And I was gonna deliver that really, honestly, whoever did the voice acting for Zenya really delivered a very convincing scream there. Gotta hand it to them. There was a feeling in that one. I don't know why. It's actually pretty funny. I don't know why. But of course, we're gonna ease his pain, because really Zenya's just a misled guy, you know? He wore a business suit, and was powerful, and it was really, you know, condescending, looking down on people all the time, and talking about being chosen, and talking about being important. But of course, in the end, he's just like the rest of us. And so we're gonna let him go, and hopefully one day he'll come back, mingle the streets with us as friends, as brethren. So in the end, Zenya was just a misled man in a cruel situation, which we're about to learn more about. And here he is. Remember this guy, who I very much spoiled was the big bad? Well, he came back, and now he's gonna reveal he's the big bad, but I already ruined that for you, so naturally I'm gonna save you the trouble of remembering that I ruined it for you, and remind you. So he is going to also drop on us some philosophy of man and humanity and relationships amongst people and power and, you know, wings and Bible allegories and something about faith. Honestly, he's just going to drop a lot of good stuff on us right now, and we're going to go, man, this guy's bad. We should probably beat him up. Now, of course, who this guy is kind of also important, which I didn't reveal. But first, he's gonna just, you know, drone on about being, you know, man, I wish Zenya was like better and didn't take drugs. See, this is a game that teaches us good morals. Don't take drugs. Don't do it. It'll turn you into a monster who glows purple or piss yellow. So yes, this guy with the fancy clothing and the fancy hair looks like he belongs in a black metal band. Yeah, he's a Night Eater, and he knows these two, Shizuku and Rin. And naturally, he's bad. And that's the big dilemma here. Soga is his name. And of course, he's coming in to do something that we don't really quite know of yet. So he's basically doing some, like, you know, superior race thing here. You know, pretty much. I mean, let's be honest. He's just picking, like, who's better than others. And he's talking about some other stuff. So basically what he's doing is that the Night Eater village, of course, they talked about this earlier, but the Night Eater village population... Actually, did they talk about this? Maybe they didn't. I don't know, but I'm just going to say it anyway. The Night Eater village population is waning because Night Eaters don't reproduce that much. So this guy wants to keep the Night Eater legacy alive by basically, you know, taking over Akiba and then turning into a Night Eater paradise and then just recruiting zombies to help him. Yeah. Yeah, he's a tourist. And he's a Night Eater. And he's a bit more of a, got a more dogma going on here. Unlike Shizuku and Rin are pretty, you know, pretty alright with the fate of their race and the fate of everything and the fate of man. Where this guy's not. Soga's pretty brooding. He doesn't really get the point. And naturally, now that we've gotten through that whole, you know, display, we're gonna go take a picture of that dumpling stand. Which is right over here, in fact. Right outside the gate. So after running quickly outside, of course, there's the dumpling stand. We're gonna take a quick snapshot. And that'll do it for the food ad pictures. It took a little bit of work to get to that. But it was worth it, as we did finally get the picture we needed to go get paid by this guy, who's not over there, but over here on this wall. So thanks to us, another free spirit is going to receive the photos that he probably should have just gone and taken himself. But since he doesn't want to ever leave this one wall, naturally, that was never going to happen. So, you know, whatever. At least I'm getting paid. As long as I'm getting money, it's okay with stupid shit people tell me to do. Is this game pretty much in its entirety. But man, these free spirits are paying hefty. Like, where do they get 12,000 yen to just throw around? Anyways, as you can see, I got one of those quest warning emails. I think this is the only one I've ever gotten in this entire run. And the quest warning emails means that if you go through one more main quest thing before finishing it, what happens is you can't finish it. And this is one of those quests that I talked about when I said that you have to do them as soon as possible, else you'll lose them. If I had gone back to Mogra, I would have lost that quest, most likely. And then I wouldn't have been able to do it. So, and it's weird, and you think about it and you're like, but I would have had to have gone to the dumpling stand to finish that quest. So basically I only had that amount of time to do it, which is pretty true, I think. I think after you get those emails up to the next main quest completion, that's what happens, so. Anyways, Peter, Rin's song, you know, they were talking about her set list. We're never going to see her in concert, it doesn't matter. But we are going to go buy more microphones, and this is the last time I will ever upgrade my weapon in this entire game. Now, of course, saying that, you must be wondering, or guessing, does that mean I can't upgrade my microphone anymore? The answer is yes. I very literally cannot upgrade my microphone anymore. I got it all the way up to 999. So, that means it's godlike, which also means I cannot ever upgrade it ever again. Because there's no way to make a weapon higher than 999. So yes, I have finally maxed out on my offensive capabilities, which, and, you know, considering we're pretty far in the game at this point, we're pretty good. At this point, we having a 999 power microphone, pretty much set for what's to come next. So yes, I was right. They didn't talk about it yet, but Shizuku's gonna drop the whole reproduction thing on us. Reproductive abilities are spotty. The villages are forgetting they exist. They're being lost to time, basically. It's a classic story of a race of people on the outskirts with supernatural powers who are, you know, losing themselves through lack of reproduction, and then someone's struggling and fighting and doing bad things to try to preserve them, and then it all comes with all sorts of great repercussions. And of course, yes, dropping a big bombshell here, Rin is 150 years old, but if you want her actual age, just divide that by 10, and so, because, you know, we can't have girls being 150 years old, but we can, because that makes them legal, but if we divide it by 10, well, we're just not going to get into the semantics of what that means. And of course, Kaido comes up and says pretty much everyone's thinking at this point in time. Yeah, her official age is 15, so he did a little simple division, and of course, I'm going to drop this bomb. So, of course, what does that mean? Oh, Shizuku's 170 years old. But really, she's 17. It's almost like the game is using tens. What a number. But it doesn't matter. You know what? You gotta love those girls who are so old because they're of another great supernatural blood-packed race. But of course, Soga's here to screw things up for us, and that, yes, he's the big bad. He's doing all the big bad stuff for his great noble cause, you know, good and evil, subjective, etc. So yes, they've been hunting Synthesters forever, and I guess that's their job. And then they stopped existing, so they stopped caring about them, and naturally they were lost to time. And then they came out here, and it's pretty much thanks to Soga, which kind of makes it weird because they fought these guys for so long, and now they're like kind of creating them, I guess. So it makes you wonder, like, Soga's just like, you know, he's becoming his own worst enemy. It's symbolism. It's so good. But yes, Rin came here because she thought Soga was doing something stupid. Shizuku came here because Rin said something mad and hurtful. And of course, Soga's the guy. And if we stop him, then we'll stop the problem. So naturally, we need to beat him up. Beating him up is not as easy as you might imagine. We have to go through a couple hurdles. One of which is Shion Pharmaceuticals. And that's coming soon. Because we're gonna get wrapped up in some wild ride with them first, before we can finally confront Soga, hiding wherever he'll be hiding by the time we figure out where he is. And of course, now we're trying to figure out how widespread this is, though it's more than likely that if this is this guy's base of operations, probably Akiba is the only place this is happening. You know, Japan's important, so Akiba is very important. Gotta take over that place, then you've basically got the world. But you know what? We're not gonna talk about the grand global scale here. We're just gonna talk about what's important, which is that we're in trouble, and we gotta stop this guy. So of course we gotta find him, and we don't know where he is, except, you know, when he materialized right in front of us. But instead, Shion's gonna show up, and Shion's happy to see us, and she wants to hang out with us for a little bit. So of course, anything Shion wants, we're gonna give her, because naturally that's just the way of the world here. So she wants to get a sample of our blood, and naturally I'm gonna say something really awkward and bad, as Ito Makoto could only accomplish. in any universe. But yes, she wants our blood because we're, you know, first off, we're part sinister, part Night Eater. So we're kind of like a mess. Our blood is probably a big mess. And naturally, you know, our blood's kind of in a whole big, like, limbo situation. So naturally, we gotta kind of, you know, if someone like her who's interested in, like, experimentation wanted to get a sample of our blood, it'd probably be for a good reason. And it happened so quick and so painlessly. And of course, to put that smile on her face, well, why not? Why not? And of course, she's gonna say we look like a new man, guys. I think we're getting somewhere. But she's complimenting us in a very refined way, with an air of sophistication. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful statement. And what of a beautiful statement could we possibly receive without giving one back? And of course, that jingle means we picked right in all of the great universes. We picked the right choice here. And that's important because, of course, we have to win our hearts. We have to win our heart by picking the right choices and looking good in a visual novel setting. So now she's gonna leave, now that she's got our blood. And Rin's gonna want to know what's happening because she's, well, you know, what the heck is that woman doing here? And of course, we're gonna tell her something very vague and wrong and misleading. But of course, such is life. And it's a good choice, so. So now, of course, we're gonna go on patrol. I think that's important, and I think we gotta get back into the swing of things. Don't forget about those patrols. Never forget where you came from. But with that, that's gonna do it for this episode of Akiba's Trip, Undead and Undressed. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you keep watching, and I will see you next time.